Pour cette émission.
So welcome, and now we're going to be looking at plastic in all its forms. We see tremendous changes in plastics with innovation, and now we see changes including laws on plastic bags and sorting. Now, we are going to be focusing on three key challenges in the area. We have Christophe Morvan, Head of Communications for Elipso. Elipso is the French plastic and flexible packaging manufacturers organization. Then we'll be looking at PackTheFuture. This is the European test organized by Elipso and IT in Germany. And here we have participation by three winners from 2015. We have Vinciane DEVILLERS from Albéa, then Matthias R&D Manager Europe of Plastic Packs, and then we have Cyril, LEGAT, your Sales and Marketing Manager of OZEMBAL. And you're lucky because your booth is just opposite where we are. So yes, and that's an invitation to go see him. Then we'll be looking at maritime waste, and we'll be looking at what Elipso and other bodies are doing in this area in order to protect our oceans. This is a key issue. Let's begin with some key figures from the industry. Okay, Christophe Morvan, could you discuss what you do at Elipso? Well, first, thank you for inviting us. Elipso is the trade organization for plastic and flexible packaging manufacturers. Today, we defend and promote our industry. We are recognized by government authorities, and we speak with government and with the media. And our aim is to promote our sector. We'll be showing innovation, and you'll see the PackTheFuture contest that we're organizing, or co-organizing, and our policy is fully consonant with the circular economy. We'll discuss recycling and recovery rates and sorting, and we're involved in standardization and health and safety. Now, this is work we're doing with other players. ValoCaft and Clean Vacations as well, and chemicals, plant-based chemicals. We'll discuss all of these topics, including plastic bags. Plastic is a young material, isn't it? Yes, it came out, it became more popular in the 1950s. But what's tremendous about plastic is that it has functions that others materials can't do in terms of design, color, and shape. Okay, you said plastic is fantastic. Lovely. Okay, and the industry is going well. Esteres conducted a study last year and showed 3% growth in real and in real terms last year. Yes, we conducted a survey of our members in Q3 this year. The outlook is positive. 2015 sales came to roughly 8 billion euros, and you see that we had high volumes and 320 companies, 38,000 workers in our industry. When you look at over the past 10 years, you see we've had growth in every area except in 2009 and 2010 when everyone faced a crisis. In 2015, the outlook was positive with 3% growth. This is attributable to three factors. First, export growth. We're up 4.9% in export growth, whereas we had 2.3% growth in domestic sales. So you're saying that France is exporting its know-how. That's correct. Another factor driving international sales is innovation. You'll see this in our competition. We're pushing back the frontiers for materials. But you still rely on the basic feedstock for your plastics, originating in gas and oil. Well, yeah, but we're also involved in biosourced plastics, and we'll look at that later. Are we reaching the end of the road for plastic bags in retailers? Well, on the 1st of July, the first phase kicked in, and then on the 1st of January next year, we have the second step. Let me clarify what's going on with plastic bags. On the 1st of July this year, single-use carrier bags were prohibited, and only bags thicker than 50 microns can be used. Okay, because they're thick, they can be reused, and people don't throw them out. And also, the bags have to have written on them, "Do not throw this out in nature." The idea is to reuse them and then recycle them. So soon, okay, what we're doing now is coming up with business industry bags for greengrocers, for butchers, for bakers, and so on and so forth. So does this mean that they'll be able to continue to provide bags? Yes, as long as they're biosourced with at least 30% biosource content in 2017, and then it'll go up to 70%. Now, what do you use in biosourcing here? Well, it can be potato starch and corn starch. Often this is inedible or non-comestible starch that's being used here. Are the bags the same as ordinary plastic bags? Well, they're biodegradable. They have to be compostable at 25 degrees centigrade. And in France, we have an industrial system in place. So you're saying that the engineering is in place? Yes, we have a made-in-France system here. Well, at the risk of oversimplifying, 85% of bags come from China and the rest of Asia. That's going to change, and now we're going to move toward biosourced French bags. Well, biosourcing isn't going to replace everything. This means you're going to have multiple sources. Isn't that right? Yes, that's quite clear. We'll have diversification in feedstocks. We'll have fossil fuel-based feedstocks. We also have biosourced stocks, but this is a niche market for the time being with exponential growth, however. Now, biosourced feedstock is now 3 or 4 times more expensive, but the gap is going to narrow. Are you saying we have a macroeconomic issue here? It will require more investment. We also have recycled material. And with greater sorting, we'll be recovering more plastic because we have bottles and plastic bottles we'll be able to work with. So today you've moved beyond the pilot phase. It was a pilot on extending sorting of plastics for not just selected plastics, but for all bottles between 2010 and 2014, and now it's being rolled out. I think at the end of the year we'll have 15 million French people involved in this. The initial test was about 5 million. At the end of this year, 1/4 of the French population will be able to sort and recover plastic bottles, and in 2022, the entire French population will be able to recycle and recover. We're going to simplify everything. There will be color codes, and everything will go into a single plastic recycling bin. This will increase recovery rates. You have to realize that household packages are recycled at 67% today. For plastics, we're at 25%. We want to bring this up to, say, 60% in 2022, with not just bottles, but also films, wrapping, and things like that. Well, 25% looks very low. Why is the figure so low? In 2014, plastic was collected only for plastic bottles. And that's why we had an experimental phase conducted by Eco-Emballage from 2012 to 2014. There was tremendous growth in recovery. And some towns increased recovery by by 50%, including yogurt containers and film. So you're saying that lots of plastic is thrown out with ordinary domestic waste. And there are some plastics which were very hard to recycle. Well, we have to admit that not all plastic will be recycled. Very small plastic containers will be recycled. We'll have to resort to waste to energy for some things because full recycling wouldn't be economically viable. So these are issues for your members, I guess, where they have to find the right recycling options. Now let's talk about the PackTheFuture competition. Now, this is a European competition. You began it at Elipso with your partner in Germany, IK. So it translates as plastic packaging industries. So for the second time around, we have 57 entrants. Could you discuss some of the key trends? Well, before discussing the trends, I'd like to show you the members of the panel. This is our jury. We have consultants, designers, people from Nestle and Carrefour, and also journalists. We have some people, Françoise Albacini, who was here earlier. So very briefly, I want to show you the first two competitions. We had 47 entrants last time, 57 this year. And this is something you can see. In 2015, we were trying to get the right dose, the right size. We've discussed this before. So, and this helps us to save tons and tons of raw materials. Okay, you've got the right dose, which has to be the present. So we also have eco-design, social benefits, economic benefits. So is this an expectation by consumers? Definitely. You want easy opening things, and also for older people, it's important to use new technologies. Well, it's not only for old people, it's for everyone. Sometimes you haven't got a pair of scissors, you can't open the package. So here we have safe food as a key area, and so you added the food industry to your contest. Yes, so we have a save food category that we added this year. Lots of things are being done to reduce food wastage, so we wanted to roll out this new category. And during the award ceremony, the Interpack ceremony on the 9th of May next year. Come join us at Interpack. Now we'd like to discuss things with winners from 2015. Vinciane DEVILLERS. Now you're involved in lipsticks and jars. So this is a French company, and you have a lipstick company in Brittany, in Western France. So you set up the attraction compact that we should see on the screen. We can't see it yet. We have a photograph. We're waiting for the photograph. We would like to show it. No, this is maritime waste. We will have it. It's the right presentation. Well, maybe you could show it to us. There it is. That's a little compact case. It looks like a standard compact, except it's very attractive. Now, what's innovative about it? Well, today I'm speaking for Albéa, which is a leader in cosmetic packaging, present worldwide. We manufacture dispensers. We manufacture lipstick and lipstick holders especially, and this is the compact. We'll ask Christophe Morvan to demonstrate this. Now, what is the innovation? No, you can't see the innovation, but it's patented. And the patent has to do with the hinge. And in the hinge, we removed the metal pin that you often have in a compact, and we replaced that with a plastic pin. So we haven't got a metal pin in the hinge. Nevertheless, our customers want luxury compacts that are metal-like and that close smoothly, softly. So we have a soft closing system with a magnet, a magnetic effect, but no magnet. You remove the magnets. Yes, we have no magnet in it, but it's as though there were a magnet. So this is a new technology that could be used with other types of compacts. This is a rectangular compact, but because there are no metal parts, it's also economic to manufacture, and it's environment friendly. So we conducted a study looking at a similar compact with magnets and metal pins in the hinges, and we see that we had a 76% impact on metal resource reduction, 13% reduction in the impact on climate change, okay, for CO2, and a 58% improvement in regarding the ozone layer. So here we are very proud of this innovation, and proud of the engineers, designers, and technicians who are working on tomorrow's products. So you see, sometimes simple ideas can be very effective for sustainable development. Thank you, Vinciane, and I think you deserve a round of applause. And Cyril LEGAT is applauding you, and we have the students in the audience. So congratulations to Albéa and for the Attraction Compact. Okay, next, Matthias DeVille, your R&D manager in Europe for PlastiPak. You've had a tremendous innovation. We can see it. When you see it, you understand what's going on, and it's very attractive. Tell us what's going on. This is the a new spray paint reveal, and it's really an innovation in aerosol dispensers. The innovation is the combination of a plastic aerosol bottle, which is an innovation in itself. Hold on. There's some okay, so you have gas in an aerosol container. Well, this is like the bag-in-box system, and we did everything transparently, and it's all PET, so it's very flexible. Yes, the two materials are fully PET. This means that you can visualize the product, and it has a strong visual impact on the in the store shelf. It looks like a perfume bottle. Imagine it were a bottle of olive oil for salads. What can you do? Well, I'm going to explain this to you. Well, it's transparent, but we wanted to preserve the benefits of aerosol technology. What you want to do is spray in all directions, and we want to be able to fully empty the container. So it's irrespective of the product. You want to empty the bottle entirely. Okay, I think that's very important. But just as a consumer, I think it's it's important that the gas not be mixed with the product. You can imagine perhaps hairspray, and you imagine that only the hairspray goes onto the product, and you use up all the product, and it's attractive. Has this been applied in Europe? Well, the initial applications are for personal hygiene products and for food as well, for oil, and also for industrial products. What about cosmetics? Could you have applications in cosmetics? Well, now we have additional customers who are validating the concept. This should be launched on the market in 2017. Is it sold anywhere else in Europe? No, it isn't available in the market yet, but our customers are now trialing it, and it will be rolled out in the market in 2017. We're very proud of this product, rightly so, because it's fully recycled. It can be fully recycled. It's PET. So with the PET, you can collect it with existing systems. So, Christophe Morvan, you see tremendous progress in this area with PET. It's like as thin as a sheet of paper. Okay, Cyril, again, we're going to look at you. Okay, congratulations for that innovation at PlastiPAK. No, it's really is a beautiful package, and we believe it's got a future. Cyril LEGAT at OZEMBAL. Apparently, you reinvented the dispenser. This isn't just R&D. OZEMBAL is a French company. We manufacture. Oh, you should be better known. Yeah, I think we're better known, and I'm invited every year, so I hope that we'll get to be known better. So we manufacture in 3 types of plastic, and our goal is to drive innovation. We're in a market which is subject to commoditization, and we want to create added value. These containers have been available for quite some time, and in the dispenser, the first patent was filed for 35 years ago. What we want to do is develop something new. I've only been in the industry for 5 years. Okay, apparently this is an idea that you got in a bar room or a cafe, like the dosing for whiskey bottles. No, we wanted to do something which is totally different. Everyone knows how to make this containers, and we want to develop something new. We already won an award for Pack of the Future. This is an award we got for future-oriented products. We want to be able to not only recycle downstream, we want to discover things upstream. Now, if the product, if you don't use the container properly, you might not dose it properly. What you have to do is have the right size, so it won't destroy the container if it's an industrial compound, and you want to make sure that there's enough cosmetic, but not too much, so people don't have to throw it out. So it's not just a container, it's a dosing system. You brought us lots of them. I brought you some large ones and some small ones. Okay, show me what you can do. What can you do with a small bottle? You can put anything you want. You can put detergent in it. So if you, it's very simple. If you're going to wash your floor, what's great is it's a no-touch system. I can have a caustic product inside. I don't have to be in contact with it. Okay, I turn it over. It's going to fill the dosing cap. And then you see I have my dose here at the top. Okay, that's magic. It's wonderful. So that's the amount we want. So soon I'm going to be, okay, so this is great. So as long as I haven't opened it, I can remove some liquid. Until I've opened it, I can do everything I want. I can turn it either way. When I open it, okay, hold on. This is detergent he's going to pour. No, it's only water with dye. And I'm going to put, actually remove the dose. I can squeeze it, and I'm only delivering the dose I wanted. So this is reliable. He said you'd make a great street salesman. Or you could sell things on television. We want to show you it's reliable, it's smart. I can design all shapes and all colors, round or square, with a handle, without a handle. So apparently you have infinite applications. We developed this initially for detergents and industry. We thought that was where you'd have products to dose, but we also have products with, we have projects with cosmetics, and there are other products you have to mix and follow the proportions. For hairdressers, for instance, sometimes these are products which only become active when they're combined with water. So, okay, why don't we have a round of applause for OZEMBAL? And that was a great job selling this. So, and obviously our booth is just across the way. Now we'd like to thank all three winners. Now let's get back to you, Christophe Morvan. If we look at maritime issues. Now, if we want to have safe and sure oceans, we have to start protecting and preserving our oceans. We're going to begin with a very short video on marine waste in the ocean. Okay, so in fact, we haven't got the sound yet for the video. Okay, the idea was to raise awareness so that people realize that they have to be clean and dispose of things properly. Okay, let me just summarize this. Waste in oceans is an issue for all of us. We're all consumers when we go swimming. We'd like to swim in a clean ocean. But remember, you can't see this. Well, you don't see, some things you see, some things you don't. Some things sink, others float. So what can be done? Well, let me give you some figures, which are very important. Now, I've got slides. I don't know if we're going to see the slides or the film. 80% or 85% of marine waste comes from the land. That's 80%, and the other 20% comes from ships and fishing boats. We're going to be focusing on this. When you say the waste comes from the land, from continents, yes, these are bags and bottles that are dumped in waterways and which go to the ocean. Now, the thing is, you have to collect and sort more at the human level. Okay, so you had a program called Clean Holidays. Well, realize that I said that 80% of our marine waste comes from the land, but half of that comes from 5 countries, and basically Asian countries, including China. You're talking about manufacturing? No, 50% of waste in the oceans comes from China, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and okay, it's a real problem in collecting plastic waste in those countries. It's a global problem, but ocean waste is a complex global issue. All stakeholders are involved, and ocean waste has no frontiers. That's very important. So, the plastic industry signed a global statement in March 2011 to fight ocean pollution. Are these empty words, or are you funding this? Well, 4 years ago when I joined Elipso, that was my question. Is it just lip service? No, we've had some concrete things, over 180 projects worldwide with the UN, with scientific committees on in every part of the earth. These are global projects. So we have NGOs. So in fact, we are focusing on this, and we fund some of the projects with public-private partnerships. So these initiatives lead to concrete projects. Okay, it's important to point this out because sometimes people are a bit hazy about this. No, we are a member of Clean Vacations, Vacances Propres in France. So we want to reduce that type of waste. So that organization set up a project to help people in boats to be cleaner when they dispose of their waste. I don't know if you saw the film recently, and Cousteau's. There were films showing Commandant Cousteau, the cook, throwing things overboard, and Cousteau's son is now focused on this. We also have another blue flag for harbors, and it goes along with the balloon flags for beaches. So if you have someone with a boat who goes to one of these ports, he'll go to the captain's office, he'll get a bag for recycling not only garbage but also other waste, and we have meetings each year for the press, the media, and also people, boating enthusiasts. We've increased the number of ports from 17 to 41 recently. We've gone international. We're doing this in Italy and other areas, and we have people in the UK and Scotland, England and Scotland involved in this, and we're going to continue doing this in our ports. Okay, so we're going to encourage you to continue. So we'd like to thank our guests. There's one thing we forgot. If you give me 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, we have clean sweep. Clean sweep. No loss in the environment. Over 50 industrial sites have agreed to work on this. So we see to it that we have no plastic in the environment, and over 50 companies in Europe and North America have signed this. I'd like to thank you all. Chris, Matthias Deville for your plastic pack, Cyril LEGAT for your dosing system, Vinciane DEVILLERS, Albéa, and Christophe Morvan will go to your booth at Elipso to see what you're doing. In just a few minutes, we'll be looking at Africa Pack by ITC. ITC, 50 years serving the packaging of products for export, and it'll be hosted by Annette Friedlander-Leguet. So thank you very much, and we'll be back with another show in a few minutes.